Hey guys, so small world. So I just went to Dollar General and was talking to one of the kids who works there, and he's asking, he's like, "Oh, did you find everything okay?" I'm like, "I certainly hope so. I've been eating, the same crap for the past 2 months or so, And I was like, "Just don't have the money. I've got like $100 or so left in my bank account." He's like, "Damn, where do you work?" I'm like, "Over at the factory on 52." He's like, "Are ya?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I used to work there." And funnily enough, I was there when he worked there. If you guys remember a while ago, like September, October, I was like, "Oh yeah, my boss is going to be hiring some help to take the workload off of me and my roommate." Well, that was him. She basically had him cleaning the offices, cleaning the windows. I remember I was sitting out there waiting for Scoosa to show up. He's out there fucking cleaning the windows on the door, stuff like that. So, but I remember when he said he's like, "Oh yeah, I used to work there." Um, and when he said that my boss, was the one who hired him, I remember when I was walking back, I'm like, "Wait a minute." I remember him sitting there. I remember I can't remember what it was about, but I had to ask my boss about something. So the door for her office was closed, so I opened the door, just peeked in to see if she was there like I normally do, and she wasn't there. So I'm like, I slammed it open. No, I didn't really do that, but he was there, and I distinctively remember that her computer monitor was faced towards him because she had him watching the safety videos and all that shit, and he was kind of like sitting back like this. And I looked. I was like, "Do you know where she went?" He's like, "No, she went out that way. She was talking to someone." So I'm like, I walked down the hallway. I'm like, I went back into the office, closed the door. I'm like, well, guess I'll have to tell her later. I don't remember what I had to tell her though. I mean, I think it was maybe how many bails I've gotten done, or because usually she wants to, she has, like I've said before, she has to keep track of all of that. But it was wait, no, it was fairly early in the day, if I remember, because she normally has people there early in the day, and like you'll be in her office all fucking day just watching these fucking videos. So it's pretty early on. What was I trying to ask her? I had to ask her or tell her something. Might have been about the Baylor. I don't remember. I don't remember specifically what I was trying to ask her. But I remember I went in there for something and he was sitting there. And I'm like, so, I remember seeing you. And I'm like, you probably seen me sitting outside a couple of times waiting for the bus. He's like, mm hmm. And I'm like, well, how many, what were your hours? She's like, oh, he's like, yeah, I was working like 5 days a week for like 3, 4 hours a day. I'm like, must be nice. I'm working only 3 fucking days, and I'm lucky if I can get 5 hours a day. So this was back before he started working at Dollar General. He's like, yeah, it just wasn't worth the gas and all that. But small world, yeah. So the kid who, you know, I'm one of his favorite customers. Uh, I go in there, make him laugh, chit chat. I think the last time we were in there, we were talking about like I can't remember how it was brought up, but it was YouTube brought up, and oh, I remember he said something about how like the Pokemon cards were like being kept behind the counter now. It's like hey buddy, you got them Pokemon cards. He like pulled out the box, got the goods. And we were talking about Pokemon cards, and I think he brought up Logan Paul with the video I did. I mean, I covered it about how with the box where he opens the what he thought were first edition booster packs, and it was like fucking GI Joe. So we talked about that. He said, "Yeah, I'm not much into Pokemon, but I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh." I'm like, faggot. I didn't say that to him. No, I have no problem with Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is fun. I mean, it was fun. Now it's just fucking complicated with all the fucking synchro summons and sacrifices that you have to do, and the fucking chain combos. I mean, I've watched people play. I have no problem watching people. It's very fascinating to watch. But you'll see one person go on for like 4 or 5 minutes, just like, oh, I summoned this. I'm going to activate this special effect to activate this, and this allows me to take certain cards from my hand, and now I can banish these you know, and then I have to discard this to the graveyard, and now I'm going to activate this, which allows me to go through my graveyard and bring back one monster. Now I'm going to it fucking keeps going. And I'm like, ugh. You know, Pokemon, you don't have to worry about that. But the fucking chain combos that people in Yu-Gi-Oh do are fucking just insane. You know, some people I've seen were able to get out like the fucking Egyptian gods right off the bat. People are able to, and that was back then when they were still somewhat relevant. But now, you know, synchro summons and stuff like that. I don't know what the Zexal and the whatever the newer one is, but yeah, you know, it's like, oh yeah, material summon or materials, and I can offer one material to activate this special effect, and now I'm gonna do this, and then the fucking combo goes on for 5 more goddamn minutes. Just let me stick with Pokemon. These Pokemon's easy. I mean, hell, I play Pokemon on here. I've got a Pokemon trading card game right there. You can't see it though. Yeah, I play Pokemon on here. I mean, I absolutely love the game. I used to play the game all the time as a kid, but yeah. I also played. I mean, I played Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. My friends were into Yu-Gi-Oh. Like during lunch and everything, they'd sit there at the lunch table or sit in the library and they'd play Yu-Gi-Oh. It was that in RuneScape. I saw them playing RuneScape. I'm like, fucking faggots. No, I didn't see that. They were my friends. I'm like, okay, well, I don't play RuneScape. Because they're like, come on, John, why don't you play with us? I'm like, no. I have better things to do, like being out here and socializing with people. If you want to sit in the fucking library and play RuneScape, you go ahead and do that. So now, to make up for that, I'm just making, you know, videos and playing World of Warcraft and shit like that online now. Being a complete fucking shut-in, not wanting to have anything to do with anyone, and just working. Work, come home, make videos, eat like a cat. Eat, piss, shit, fall asleep, wake up, eat and eat again, or piss and shit again. It's just, I'm like a fucking cat at this point. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty fun. I played Magic a little bit. My friend was really hardcore into Magic. He gave me a whole bunch of cards. He's like, yeah, here's a bunch of cards that I just have doubles of and triples of. So he's like, you can make a deck and keep them and all that. So, but I never really got into it. But I think I still have the cards somewhere. But he was really into Magic. And then my friends got into Dungeons and Dragons for a while, and they tried to get me into that. I'm like, nope, nope, not doing it, not doing it. I tried to play it. I was fucking bored. I mean, I guess you kind of have to you need, you know, a dungeon master who really immerses you. But they were just kind of like talking. And they really, I was like, okay, this is boring. Really boring. They were just kind of talking the way I talk. They weren't, well, actually more, it's worse than, you know, because you guys know I do voices and this, but they were like, yeah, you're walking in the forest and you see this and you think it might be an ambush. What do? You can do this. And it's like, where's the immersion? You know, where are the voices and, you know, the wind was blowing with the howling through the treetops, with little creatures skittering around on the, you know, on the forest floor. You know, behind you, you think you hear growling or snarling from behind a tree, and then someone, you know, you'll do the snarl or something. Just where's the immersion? But yeah, I tried Dungeons and Dragons like once. I was like, okay, I'm bored. But you're like, oh, don't give up. You know, you just have to get into it. I'm like, I have been trying to get into it. For like the past hour, I've been trying to get into it. I can't. I'd rather go home and play World of Warcraft. You know, the game that isn't for losers. No, this was back in high school. I didn't play World of Warcraft until Burning Crusade came out. That was in 2006. So, yeah. Well, not it came out 2006, but I remember I was in New Jersey when I started it. So, I mean, closer to 2007, but yeah, I mean, I remember people playing World of Warcraft. I remember hearing about it. I remember seeing it, and I was just like, no. Besides, back then my computer never would have been able to fucking handle it. I mean, I mean, even actually, no, my computer now can pretty much handle it. It's just, you know, depends on where you are. Like if I go back to, you know, Legion stuff and stuff, you know, I'll get maybe 100 something frames uh in places, but and then if I play classic, I've got like fucking 300 frames per second. I'm like, well, that's a lot of fucking frames. So that way, if I'm ever in a raid or something, I don't have to worry about, you know, if the frames drop, I don't have to worry about taking a huge hit because it's like 400 frames. You know, you just set it to unlimited and just skyrockets. But I've been playing World of Warcraft now. I mean, I've got Ascension, which Ascension WoW apparently is entering phase 4, I think they said, for Conquest of Azeroth, which is the thing with the 21 new classes. I've done a video about it. It looks really fucking cool. But I've been playing Revelation WoW. They're up, they're running, they're stable. They fixed the quests that I was fucking complaining about. What is it? Vanquish the Betrayers, where you have to kill like the cultists, marines, and so scouts or whatever. But when you went over there, you clicked on them and you tried to attack. It's like you can't attack the target. I'm like, okay. So I opened a ticket about it. But it was pretty good because there's like 2-3 treasure chests around there you can get. I mean, free treasure because you don't have to worry about fighting anything. I'm like, don't mind me. I'm just here to get my treasure chest. But then like near one of the treasure chests is a rare mob. I'm like, probably doesn't drop anything major right now. So I'm just coming for my treasure chest. And then I go up the stairs where the admiral is or whatever, and there's a treasure chest behind him. I'm like, don't mind me, I'm just coming to get my treasure chest. And I go out, I'm just, don't mind me, I'm just leaving. So, but yeah, it's been pretty fun. They have undead paladins. So I mean, undead paladins. Think undead, death, dark, paladins, light, holy magic. I mean, you can have disciplined priest, holy priest, and all that for undead. But to see an undead paladin, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I've been playing that. Still playing a lot of Genshin Impact. I've been trying to film a randomizer, the 3DS randomizer, but it takes forever. I filmed it like 3-4 separate occasions. One, I got bored the first time because it was like late at night. I'm like, okay, I'm bored. The second time, the game crashed. I was rolling out of Kakariko, and I guess the game just couldn't handle the awesomeness or something. It just fucking crashed. But I was like, oh yeah, the video's gonna end when I find a bomb refill. I was playing for 2 goddamn hours, no bomb refill. I didn't even have the bomb bag. 2 hours. It took me 2 hours, and I still didn't have a bomb bag. I had bomb shoes, but no bomb bag. And I'm like, okay, fuck this. Because I'm like, who's gonna want to sit here and watch me play for 2 goddamn hours? And then I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna, new video, new seeds. It's gonna end when we get a arrow refill. Same thing. I'm playing for like almost 2 hours, no fucking arrow refill. I'm like, does it know that I'm trying to do this? But I'll probably do it anyway. probably say in the beginning of the video, like, hey, this might be like a fucking 2-hour video or more. I mean, if it gets to the point, I mean, when it comes to the randomizer, the whole point is to keep going and end the video when you get the refill or whatever the item set whatever item I set it to is. But if it gets to the point where I have everything to just beat the fucking game, like if I'm playing for 3 hours and I have everything to beat Ganondorf, you need the light arrows, which means you need the bow and arrow, you need the light arrows, you need the magic meter. Big Goron sword is optional, it's just easier to kill him. And the key for his room, for the door. As long as you have those, you can fight him. So 3 hours goes by and I have all those items. Like, well, I'm just gonna fucking beat the game. Haha, I pulled the fast one. But you guys thought the video was gonna end, huh? No. But I'll eventually. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Probably. I would stream it, but my computer just fucking shuts down out of nowhere, with the blue screen and all that. And it's been happening since I got the computer. I mean, it happens every so often, but it makes me I don't want to stream because of it. Because I don't feel like having to keep restarting stream. I mean, sometimes it'll happen more than once a day. Sometimes it can go for a month without happening. So it's just But yeah, I'll probably do that. I've still got to read My Immortal. There's fucking 20 more chapters to read, so I got to do that. Probably start that next week again. I prefer to just do it when she's not here, so that way I can get loud and proud. And then I've still got Hoko Life that I can do, which, I'm sorry, but it really is a pale comparison to fucking Animal Crossing. Hoko Life is just trying to be Animal Crossing, it's just failing at it. But yeah, still got stuff. Of course, I always venti videos and stuff like that. But yeah, small world, just like my penis. Anyways, you guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.